so it's a 70 Cuda?
70 Cuda 528 Pro Touring build.
What, how did you get that engine? Like, is it built? Is it like...
you can buy them as a crate motor, or you can build them, but they never came in a factory ballpark.
That's a huge engine. How much liter is that? Like, how much in liter?
I don't know what the liters are.
Probably like 8 point something liter at least. It's a huge engine. How much horsepower do you think it has?
We are close to 800. It was built at Richmond Engines,
right?
Up in Port Gulf, and it's a good running motor, good street motor.
Wow.
With a Passon 5-speed transmission.
And it's got no blower, no supercharger, no nothing. Naturally aspired.
Single carburetor, fires up every day, runs incredible. This car never not started.
So, did you do any modifications to the body?
Oh, everything is modified. Tuck bumpers.
Right.
You know, we had to fit the shaker because the engine was tall, and we wanted to fit the shaker, the factory shaker scoop on there because I like them, and we had to cut it, mold it in, modify it, and very, very not unnoticeable. Just lots and lots of mods. The whole interior is custom. The frame goes up into the floor, so the back seat is all custom made.
Okay.
And it's a full leather, 7 hides of leather interior in it, all Italian leather. Everything, modified tunnels and everything to sink the car down low, drop spindles.
Did you do some of the work yourself?
It's built at my friend's shop, B&N Hot Rod in Maple Ridge, and we went there for a little bit of work, and it never left, and we went high end on it, and we put all the good parts, and we got an Art Morrison 3/4 frame in this with the full Pro Touring rear suspension, diagonal 4-link and whatnot, and drives really nice on the street. Beautiful street car to drive. Big brakes, everything like that.
Well, what about the size of the tires at the back?
They're 345, and they're forged line wheels.
Okay.
3-piece forged line wheels. They're very expensive, so I gotta watch the curbs. I hit the curb here one night.
Oh, fuck.
It's very, very expensive wheels. Has a Dutchman rear end in it, out of New York, and just got all the high-end parts in it.
How did those fit in your car? Like, did you have
It's
to
tough.
modify?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
car's tough, and that's why we custom built the back seat. The frame like goes right up into the back, right underneath the back seat, just below it, in order to sit the car down low to the ground and still maintain inside comfort.
Yeah,
We still remain with the pistol grip.
Right.
You know, like I say, the shaker to keep it the 70 Cuda style.
Oh, it's gorgeous. What about the color? Did you pick that color, or is it an
No,
original
the car
color?
painter Travis Brown at Sharp Touch Restorations painted it, and he picked the color. You know, he showed me the colors in the book. I don't know the code. And then the color is a fade to black from the middle of the car to the bottom. The paint fades to black.
Okay.
But you won't notice it looks like shadow. It was meant to thin out the car. He said it would take the bulk away a little bit, and he had a neat feature on the car. So what looks like shade on the sunny side of the car, when you look at it in the sun, it goes to black. It just looks like shade, but it actually is black. So the bottom of the car is black, and you can't
Right,
tell.
but it's faded in.
And then the custom stripe is also the same stripe used on the valve covers and on the little highlights in the wheels. On the forged line emblem and on the 528 emblem, that's all the same red paint. And we have red stitching on the black leather to match. So little highlights all over this car.
Right.
With a big pounding stereo system.
And how long have you owned the car?
6 years.
Okay.
But after it was finished 3 years ago, I entered it in its first show, and I ended up winning Best Paint at the Trade X in Abbotsford. And a month later, was the weather got better, and we started driving, and I took it out to test the transmission in it and do a little test drive on the car, and I got hit for $50,000 of damage in the back of the car in the first 15 minutes of driving it, and it was horrible. So insurance covered it. It was covered by insurance. It was a $50,000 repair, and 1 year to redo it because it's all custom. And these guys aren't just available; they have a lot of cars to build, and you have to wait your turn. because they're already booked with other guys, and they fit me in a little bit faster, and it took another year though, right? But we got it back on the road, and since then we took it down to the Grand National Roadster Show in California. We won 3 awards down there. Portland Roadster Show, we won an award. We won Good Guys. We won Art Morrison chose this car as Builder's Choice Award. We won Peach City Beach Cruise. That's my Cuda on the shirt. We won People's Choice. We won the Street of Dreams P&E. We won, I don't know, several awards with this car. It's been a really good car in the shows.
Yeah, I'm sure you got it evaluated at some point.
This car is priced at about $250,000 right now.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Oh, just the engine is. How much was the engine?
About $34,000.
Oh no, I'll calculate it when I get back home. But 528 is like almost 980.
Yes. Yeah.
It must be hard on gas, eh?
it doesn't miss many gas stations.
Right.
But I put the 5-speed transmission in it. The Jamie Passon built 5-speed. You'll see him on Graveyard Cars. He builds the transmissions for Mark Foreman on Graveyard Cars.
Okay.
He also built my transmission, and it's a custom-built 5-speed. And the only bullshit, so it's a rare piece. And it increased my gas mileage tremendously on the freeway and drivability. I can go 80 miles an hour cruising with the traffic, no problem. And then the mileage is good, and I keep my foot out of it.
Yeah. So, but just the sound of it must be fun.
This car is very loud, and my neighbors aren't too impressed about it.
Have you tried a quarter mile or something?
No, I haven't done it because I didn't really build the car for that.
Right, it's more of a show car.
It's got a lot of hidden features. It'd be hard to. It'd be expensive to fix if we broke some parts at the racetrack, and it's a big expense, and it's not covered under insurance at the racetrack, and it's a very expensive car, so I don't think it's a wise decision to do that.
Right. I can see that.
But we have a lot of fun in the middle of the night. Let's just say that.
Oh no, I can see that.
Yeah, I've had it wide open on in haul.
So how much horsepower you said?
We're close to 800 at the dyno horsepower at Jimmy.
Not at the wheels.
No, at the
that's
dyno.
Still,
yeah.
that's a lot of horsepower.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been at the wheels, but especially for naturally aspired, that's a lot of.
And we have room for more power in this car. We haven't even done much head work. It's got all the new Edelbrock heads on it and stuff, and it's a good runner. 13-inch wide wheels, and if they ever come with a wider 20 than what they have now, these are 345s. I have this much room inside my wheel underneath that I tubbed it for a bigger tire. So if they ever make one, I can buy this inner barrel and see the bolts.
Yeah.
These are, I'll buy new inner, like I can buy just this part of the wheel.
Right.
I can buy the inner barrel, and I can go wider, because if I go a wider tire, I need a wider wheel. And now I don't have to buy the whole thing. I can just buy the inner in it, and they'll adapt to these. I would probably send them to them, and they would put them on for me.
Could you do the opposite? Let's say by accident you hit the rim. Could you just change the outside of it?
Well, you'd have to order it, and it's not cheap.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure they would do it, yeah. So
how wide is it now?
These are 13 from here to there. 13-inch wide, 20-inch this way.
Yeah.
And that offset is to fit out as far as I could push this wheel out this way for the look. All right? It's all about, this car has a beautiful stance. It's just really nice. And then, like I say, so that's all the same color, and then it starts fading to black, and that's like black down there.
Yeah, but it's faded. It's not like
it's
gray,
right?
black.
It looks like shadow.
Yeah. Beautiful, man. Thanks for your time. I told you I would stop at some point. Well, here I am.